The NHL playoffs are set. The Stanley Cup playoffs is finally here, and it's one of the most exciting times of the year. I mean, not only do we have the NHL playoffs, but the NBA playoffs are obviously starting to come around. But before we begin, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, comment if you'd like to, because I enjoy speaking with you guys, and I'm trying to figure out a way where, because obviously here we are a Philadelphia sports channel. I love my 4-for-4 teams over here. It's actually this way. I got my Flyers represented for this video because we're discussing the NHL playoffs, but I want to discuss, the whole entire playoffs. I want to cover the whole entire playoffs, not just the Flyers, and same with the NBA. So I just want to know down below if that's something you guys will be interested in, if it's not just Philadelphia Flyers for the NHL playoffs and not just the Sixers for the NBA playoffs. I want to cover the whole entire playoff system. It's one of the greatest. So let's kick this off. I mean, I made a video in itself for just the Flyers and the Penguins and what I thought about this. Obviously, the Penguins are a little bit stronger of a squad. We're talking back-to-back playoff runs here and Stanley Cup champions, may I add. But it doesn't mean the Flyers can't get it done. It doesn't mean that the Flyers are just trash and have no chance. I think they just got to go out there, compete, and anything can happen in the NHL playoffs. We all know that. So I don't want to, spend too much time on this one because I made a video just for that series. And the next one up is Washington and the first wild card, the Columbus Blue Jackets. And this one's interesting because the Washington Capitals are known to be a squad that just can't ever get it done. They're a team that nobody thinks could ever win a championship. They win President's Trophies and they lose in the second round, and they just can't get through. Columbus was on an amazing ride to end up where they are right now. I mean, they had an insane run late in the season, so they're hot. And they have Bobrovsky. I mean, they lost their captain, but I just think that they're a team that you can't just write out of the water here. People are going with the Caps because they just have a better record. They finished first in the Metropolitan, but it's the Capitals. People think it's the Capitals' year because there's been so many heartbreaking seasons. Listen, I'm not here to say whatever I choose is right. The Capitals can easily win this series. I just don't think you can write off Columbus that easily. They were a team that went on an insane stretch late in the season, so that means they're still hot right now. So why can't they make a little noise in the first round? That's all I'm saying. Next up, Boston and Toronto. What a series. What a series. This is going to be so entertaining. You have Austin Matthews, Nylander, Mitch Marner, all these young guys. And then you got Patrick Marleau, JBR, some more veteran leadership with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Do they have what it takes this year to get through a Boston? That series is going to be so much fun. I mean, I could see that one going into 7. I think Boston has a little bit more veteran-ness to them. But that's going to be such an exciting series. And Tampa Bay, New Jersey. I mean, I think New Jersey is a good team. Don't get me wrong. They're the last wild card spot in the East. Tampa Bay is a little bit too strong, I feel. I mean, they have Vezina-winning talent in nets. They have great D-core. They made late trades to pick up guys from the New York Rangers to even improve their decor even more. They got Stammer. They have a lethal core. So I just feel like Tampa Bay might have a little too much for the New Jersey Devils. Moving over to the West, you have San Jose and Anaheim. That is going to be a great series. San Jose is such a great squad, and then you got Anaheim, who's gritty. People hate to play against them because their attitude and chippiness with Corey Perry, Getzlaf. They're a great team. That's going to be such a fun series. Vegas and LA Kings. Ooh, I want to see Vegas make runs. Obviously, everybody does for being a first-year team and doing what they did this season. I mean, I think they have a little bit more mojo than the Kings do, but the Kings, I mean, they win Stanley Cups in the past. They had a nice little stretch of being dominant, and they won it as an 8th seed before. Right now, they're actually the first wild card spot, so they're the 7th seed technically. But they've done it before. They've done it in a situation where they were an underdog, essentially. So they know how to get it done. They still got to have guys like Jeff Carter on that team and Drew Doughty, and they have a good roster. Do I think the Vegas crowd and energy and buzz around the team might have a little bit of a factor? Absolutely. But, hey, maybe now that it's playoffs, they get a little nervous. They hold the sticks a little too tight. Who knows? Who knows? But I would like to see Vegas pull through that one. And Winnipeg, Minnesota. Sheesh. That is going to be a battle. These first-round matchups are really tough. And I'll get to why at the end of this video. So, Winnipeg, Minnesota. I can't choose. I can't choose. That's going to be a matchup where it can go 7 as well. Tight matchup. Winnipeg is solid. You got guys like Line having a breakout year with scoring goals. Hopefully he can continue to do that. You got veteran Big Buff back there. You got a good little team. And Minnesota, they just get it done. I mean, they've been playing fantastic hockey this season, and I haven't seen them play too much this year, which is weird. But, I mean, I just know what they carry on the roster. I know the type of players they have. They have a veteran leadership, Zach Parise, all these guys that just have been around the league and have experience in this situation. And then you have Nashville and Colorado. And this is obviously a 1 versus 8. You're talking about a President's Trophy Nashville Predators who just won the best record in the NHL, and they're going up against the Colorado Avalanche, who snuck in on the last game of the season. So that was exciting to see. Nathan McKinnon and those guys, Landeskog, find a way to make the playoffs, but the Predators might have a little bit too much in the tank. So what I wanted to mention at the end of the video was the new playoff format, and it essentially is so ridiculous. It pretty much eliminates a real cup contender in the first round, because you have guys like Minnesota and Winnipeg who both came in top 3 of their division playing each other in the first round. Same with the Flyers and the Penguins. It's 2 and 3 in your division, and you're seeing each other in the first round. It's just so weird. They should just go 1 through 8. They need to go 1 through 8. But regardless, those are the matchups for the first round of the playoffs. I want to know down low if covering the NHL playoffs as a whole and not just the Flyers is something you'd be interested in. I would do the same for the NBA playoffs. I just know my channel kind of found its way into covering Philadelphia sports, which is totally okay with me because I'm obviously a Philadelphia sports fan. So, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.